Hi, it's Wednesday, and that means it's time for another video edition of Widower Wednesday. I'm Abel Keough, author of the book Dating a Widower, and today we're going to discuss an essay written by the wife of a widower who describes her experience of helping to keep the memory of the late wife alive and why this was a mistake. Now, full disclosure, I know the author, and she did help edit one of my books, The Wife in the Next Life. But the reason I'm sharing this essay is that she provides great insight on what not to do when becoming involved with a widower, especially when it comes to keeping the memory of the late wife alive. Now, typically it's the widower that wants to keep the memory of the late wife alive through shrines, yearly memorial services, telling stories about her, and photographs everywhere. However, sometimes the girlfriend or wife of the widower does things to keep the flame burning as well. So in this article, just a few of the things the author admitted to doing included indulging the widower's parents, who adored the late wife, in conversations about her, helped celebrate the late wife's birthday, scattered the late wife's dog's ashes at her grave, and even wore her belt for many years. Now, before you pile on the author for doing these things, this type of activity is actually more common than people think. When I talk to clients who are dating or married to a widower, I often hear how their empathy and or their guilt makes them feel like they have obligations to help keep the flame of the late wife burning, especially if there are young children in the mix. The truth is, you're under no, and I repeat, you're under no obligation to keep the memory of the late wife alive or to indulge in any activity that does this. Your focus should be on the present, the future, and how to, along with the widower, build a strong relationship that'll last forever. And this essay artfully illustrates the downsides of trying to keep the memory of the late wife alive, especially when it comes to your relationship with the widower. Now, the good news is that the writer learned to leave the past in the past, and the key takeaway in the essay is this following line, quote, "Maybe the greatest act of love for me, for Brandon, and even for his late wife, Cherise, I realized, is to let the dead rest in peace, to live in the moment without compromise or apology." End of quote. Now, if you want to read this insightful essay, and I encourage you to do so, there's a link in the video description below. You feel free to leave comments of your own activities or things that may have done that kept the memory of the late wife alive. Feel free to like and subscribe as well. And if you want to schedule a coaching session, there's a link down in the description where you can do that. I'm Abel Keough, author of the book Dating a Widower, and I will see you all next Wednesday.